Henshin a go, baby. What's good, guys? Yoku here, and Hoyoverse dropped the Star Rail banner, the 1.0 banner this morning, which is going to be Seela, obviously. But good news, very, very, very good news. None of the characters changed, which means I can actually give you my full opinion and tell you whether or not you should pull on the 1.0 banner or otherwise Seela. Let's do it. So right now, you guys can actually see that this is going to be the banner. Seela is a character that is phenomenal at single target DPS, and she clears waves expeditiously fast. Is that even, I don't even know if that's how you say that, but listen, going into this new version of Star Rail, and yes, it is a new version. The beta that we previously played feels like slightly like 40%. It feels like a different game so far, but Seela is the character that is the top DPS right now, in my opinion. There's no one else that's topping her at the moment, especially when you get her light cone, when you start including Eidolon, so on and so forth. Now, coming from this banner, I'm going to mostly target this first as free to play, and then I'll speak on whether or not you should pull this banner if you have money, if you're a low spender, you know where you're shooting for, whatever the case may be. As free to play, Seela is not your target. The 4 stars are, because there's a lot that goes into this that I'll explain. Seela, if you snipe her, awesome, right? You can roll this. I think you'll get guaranteed. I'll say this now because I say it in every other video. You can get pity guaranteed between Seela's banner. The start of Seela's banner towards the end of Seela's banner, you can get guaranteed. Not guaranteed as in like you miss 50-50 and then you get it on the next one. I mean guaranteed like you can at least roll for the 50-50. If you get the 50-50, awesome. If you don't, you are going to be so pissed off because now you have to work all of that again for Jing Yuan and hope that you can pull them, or you just miss out on the 4-star characters. Being able to get this particular set, and this is what's going to go into the free-to-play aspect, right? The Eidolons. So right now, I have them pulled up. Some of these could change between now and tonight because of the rates. I don't know if this website is going to have everything up to date as far as the Eidolons go, because I know a lot of characters got changed. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of characters got changed around. So without going into Seela, because again, as free-to-play, that is not your target, right? Like you want Seela, I guess, but you have to go in with the idea that it's not guaranteed. No one can guarantee Seela without spending money right now, or getting lucky and winning the 50-50, or getting her earlier and re-rolling for 3 weeks, I guess. Off rip, Natasha is a great character, but you get Natasha for free. She is free. She is the free healer. Everyone gets her. You just play the story and they're going to give you Natasha. Natasha does not need Eidolons. They make her better, don't get me wrong, but she doesn't need them. Once you unlock her passives, right, which are traces, and you start to level up, you're going to start getting more things. So when she heals, it also removes a debuff. This is going to be huge for you playing throughout the game, because if a character gets frozen, entangled, disoriented, whatever the case may be, and they can't move, boom, she heals them, the debuff is gone, now they get their turn back. She's going to get an increase in her outgoing healing by 10%. Increase the effect of her continuous healing by 1 turn. So now you get into what happens if I pull multiple Natashas. E1 is great. E1 saved me a lot of the times when I was playing during the beta. Basically what E1 does is whenever she goes beneath a certain HP threshold, she's like, hey, timeout, pause, let me heal myself. And without the enemy doing anything, right? Before they can even do another action, she immediately takes her turn, heals herself, and then whatever's going to happen happens after that point. C2 is okay. It's again going to increase the continuous healing. It also increases your whoever is targeted, the HP, right, of her max HP at the beginning of the turn. It's pretty cool. E4 is whatever. After being attacked, she's going to regenerate HP, or regenerate energy, my bad. And then E6 kind of gives you a battle Mercy or a battle Natasha, so she can start doing a little bit of damage. Now E6 is great, right, because again, battle Mercy. And yes, I play battle Mercy in Overwatch. Someone's gonna sue me. That said, you don't really need any of this stuff, right? E1, you're fine, you're good, you can stop right there. You don't need anything else beyond E1. E1 is just clutch. Next is Hook. Now Hook is a great character, some of you seem to think, and I think Hook is okay. I don't like Hook. It's just me. I feel like this is why I don't like Hook. Real quick, the enhanced factor, or this is, yeah, I'm right, blast. The enhanced thing, right? She needs to use her ultimate to change her skill into an enhanced skill, 40% instead of the 25% to the adjacent enemies as well. And it increases all of this stuff. Like it still keeps all the normal stuff, but it's just enhanced, and it hits 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, middle and then adjacent, right? The 2 next to her. So this is cool, but it only triggers from ultimate. Now, with that in mind, going into the Eidolons once more. Early to bed, early to rise, right? This is going to increase her skill damage by 20%, or whatever percentage they decide to keep this at. This is cool. This is going to extend the burn, so it goes up by 1 turn, right? So instead of your 2 turns, it's now 3 turns. and this goes for everything. Her technique also has a 100% base chance to burn that lasts for 3 turns. So this is the thing that you do before you start the game or before you start the battle, and then so on and so forth. So it basically increases it for 3. E4 is getting 100% base chance to burn for the adjacent, right, with her talent once it's triggered. And then E6 is, of course, going to deal more damage to burnt enemies. Again, cool things. Hook is on like my low totem pole. I just don't think anyone needs to be rolling for Hook, if I'm being completely honest. So we can move on to Pela. And in Pela's case, now you guys know I hype up Pela a lot. Pela is a character that reduces your defenses. For those that don't know, that's huge. Her ultimate is going to reduce the enemy's defense by 30% for 2 turns. You know who can kill somebody in 2 turns? You know the character that can knock you out in 2 turns, bro? Her. If you snipe Seela, you need a Pela. Get a Pela. If you get Seela in like your 5 to 7 free pulls, whatever, finish that banner off and get a Pela. Get at least 1 Pela. You will thank me later. Get a Pela. Pela reduces the defenses. You want to know how to get the 50% defense reduction? Pop technique and then pop ultimate. If you just know you have your ultimate loaded up, pop the technique. That is 5 turns, or rather 4, but 4 turns of the 50% defense reduction. These stack 20%, 30%, boom, boom, 50%. They're dead. Whatever it is you're fighting is gone. 2 turns, you got Seela on the field, GG's. Now, right now you get into her Aeolans. And again, Pela's Aeolans are okay. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not saying they're phenomenal, but they're definitely not better than the Jing Yuan banner. When Pela defeats an enemy, she's going to regenerate 5 energy, E1s, whatever. That's cool. It helps you get her ultimate faster. Keep that in mind. E2 is going to remove the buff, or rather, whenever you remove the buff, it increases her speed so that she can attack a little bit faster. Again, get her ultimate faster. E4, when using a skill, there's a 100% base chance to reduce the target enemy's ice resistance by 12% for 2 turns. This pairs great phenomenally with someone like Yang Qing, because then it helps Yang Qing do more damage with his ice attacks. E6, when Pela attacks a debuffed enemy, she's going to deal additional ice damage equal to 40% of her own attack. It just makes her a little bit stronger. Overall, when it comes to looking at these characters on the banner, Pela is by far the best character that you could be grabbing on Seela's banner, and then you get Seela. But again, you're looking at the banner in terms of what do I get from this banner that if I get shafted, if I lose my 50-50, was everything that I got up to this point worth it? And the short answer I have for that is no, again, personally. So if you want to pull for Seela because you really want a chance to 50-50, go for it. You might get lucky. You know what? It's not a might. All Seela wanters will be Seela havers. All right, we're stating that right now. You heard it from EO first. If you want Seela, go ahead and pull for it. You got her. I'm telling you, she's a great character. Now, moving into explaining this for people that are paying the game or spending money on the game. And the reason it's at the end is because it's super easy, super obvious, super short. Buy this character, period. I'm telling you this without me even finishing my guide. I'm working on 2 different guides for Seela. The beginner guide, the in-depth guide. One comes out soon, so like this week, I guess. The other comes out towards the end of her banner. As someone who's been working on Seela since the beta, I've been studying this character, looking at a lot of stuff for this character, talking to other people about this character. If you have funds, you can spend money on the game. Collect yourself a Seela. If you can spend more money, collect yourself a light cone. Let me tell you why. This is Seela's light cone in the night, which again, if I said if you have more money, because you could also lose this 50-50, which means you're doubling down. In the night is a phenomenal light cone. It's going to increase her crit rate naturally by, I'm not going to say this percent because I don't know if this is staying here or not, right? Again, they've changed a lot of stuff. I don't know if this is staying here by the time that we get the game in our hands, but it increases her natural crit rate, which reduces the amount of crit rate that you would need to put into her through your relics. While the wearer is in battle, for every 10 speed that exceeds over 100, you are going to get an increase in your basic attack and skill. This is huge. Then your crit damage is going to be increased for the ultimate, which increases by 12%. This stacks 6 times. Read this. This whole sentence stacks 6 times. 6 times. I don't know what else I need to say about this. I really don't. You could get this Eidolon, or you can get this light cone, stack it 6 times, and it'll probably come out to be the same damage as if it was level 80. I doubt, but I'm just exaggerating at this point, bro. I'm trying to sell you on buying a light cone. Okay, I'm trying to sell you on getting the character, because you watching this point in the video, you said you got money. So if you got money, ball out. Right? Ball out, bro. You come to my stream and I'm complaining about Seela. If I said I got money, ball out. Listen, the light cone plus a copy of Seela is all you need. That's it. E0, light cone, call it a day. Before, Seela's E2, as you see here, was E1, and now it's not. Now you can see that it's E2. And while E1 is great, it's just not E1, or rather, it's just not this one, Dancing Butterfly, which is E2. But regardless, that's a whole different video that I'll save for the Seela talk. Too long didn't read. If you want Seela, snipe Seela. If you are free to play and you are actually considerate about what you're spending your premium currency on, don't even think about pulling on this banner. Try and get at least one copy of Pela if possible. And who knows, you might snipe Seela in the process by looking for Pela. But don't exhaust all your premium currency to try and hit pity on this character. At most, I would say go for like 50 pulls because you're going to get it. Save the rest for Jing Yuan's banner so that you can try and get Jing Yuan and you can try and get the other characters on that banner. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, you decide what you want to do with your account. As I've been mentioning in all of my beginner guides, play smart, be patient. The game is completely in your control, minus the RNG elements, but hey, whatever. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Join the Discord if you want to. I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later. That was a lot of hand actions. Damn, I'm kind of nice.